What if the key to falling asleep effortlessly and waking up refreshed, vibrant you lies not in pills or gadgets, but in the foods you choose tonight? Imagine drifting off without tossing, turning off, or staring at the ceiling. Your body guided into deep rest by simple ingredients you already love. If you're over 65, this could be a game changer. Welcome to Elders Wisdom, where we share practical tips to help you thrive in your golden years. Please like, comment with your city, and subscribe for weekly health secrets. As a retired nutritionist, I've seen seniors transform their nights with foods that signal sleep naturally. Today, we'll explore 6 powerful foods, walnuts, almonds, blueberries, and more, that can revolutionize your rest, backed by science and real-life success stories. Stay until the end for a surprising twist that ties these foods to your brain's vitality. Curious? Let's dive in and reclaim your peaceful nights. For years, Mrs. Evelyn Harper, a 74-year-old retired schoolteacher from Raleigh, Virginia, had cherished her peaceful nights, her dreams as vivid as her days spent teaching literature. Her modest home, with its creaky garden porch swing, was a haven where she'd sip chamomile tea and read novels before slipping into bed. But by her early 60s, sleep became a distant memory. She'd lie awake, exhausted yet restless, her mind racing with thoughts of, or worries, or mundane tasks. "I'm too old for this," she thought, resigned to groggy mornings that dulled her spirit. When she shared her struggle with Dr. Margaret Ellis, a retired nutritionist and friend from her book club meetings, Margaret smiled. "It's not your age, Evelyn. It's what's in your kitchen." This revelation sparked a journey that transformed Evelyn's life, revealing 6 foods: walnuts, almonds, blueberries, and ginkgo biloba, salmon, tuna, honey, maple syrup, and seaweed, that could lure her back into her restful slumber. Dr. Margaret, who'd spent decades advising seniors in Raleigh, knew sleep wasn't just a luxury. It was medicine for the body and soul. After 60+, sleep quality often declines due to melatonin dips, stress, or aging brains. But she'd seen countless seniors reclaim their nights with dietary tweaks. "Food isn't just fuel, it's a signal to your body," she told Evelyn, her voice warm with conviction. "The right ones, eaten right, foods can whisper, 'It's time to rest.'" Evelyn, skeptical but hopeful, agreed to try. Through her journey, woven with stories of others and backed by science, we'll explore 6 foods that can transform sleep for seniors, offering practical tips and a transformative twist that could redefine aging. 1. Walnuts, the melatonin marvel. Evelyn Harper, a 74-year-old retired schoolteacher from Charlottesville, Virginia, had once savored her nights, drifting into dreams as easily as turning a page in her beloved novels. Her cozy home, with its jasmine-draped porch and creaky swing, was where she'd unwind with a cup of tea, the world fading into quiet. But by her late 60s, sleep betrayed her. She'd lie in bed, exhausted yet wide awake, her mind a whirl of worries, bills, family, or forgotten tasks. The clock mocked her, midnight, 2 a.m., for a.m. mornings left her foggy, her spirit dimmed. "Is this just aging?" she wondered, her voice heavy with resignation. When she confided in Dr. Margaret Ellis, a retired nutritionist and book club friend, Margaret's eyes lit up. "It's not your age, Evelyn, it's your kitchen," she said. The first step in Evelyn's transformation was a small, crunchy marvel, walnuts. Dr. Margaret, who'd guided countless seniors in Charlottesville with her nutritional wisdom, knew walnuts were more than a snack. They were a sleep elixir. Packed with vitamins, minerals, and heart-healthy fats like omega-3 fatty acids, walnuts nourish the body. But their true magic lies in melatonin, the hormone that orchestrates the body's sleep-wake cycle. A 2024 nutritional neuroscience study revealed that walnuts contain trace amounts of melatonin, sufficient to gently coax seniors' brains toward rest as natural production declines after age 60. "Think of walnuts as nature's lullaby," Dr. Margaret told Evelyn, her voice warm with conviction. For seniors like Evelyn, who struggled to fall asleep, tossing for hours, this nut offered a gentle, natural solution, free from the haze of pills or the complexity of supplements. Evelyn's friend Clara Thompson, a 68-year-old retiree, had walked a similar path of sleepless nights. Clara's mind was a relentless reel, replaying old arguments with her sister or mentally drafting grocery lists. Dr. Margaret suggested a simple ritual. Eat 6 walnut halves an hour before bed, no more, no less. Clara, skeptical, raised an eyebrow. A nut's going to fix my sleep? Really? But desperation nudged her to try. She'd sit on her porch, the evening breeze soft, nibbling the walnuts slowly, their earthy flavor grounding her. Within a week, something shifted. Clara drifted off faster, her nights less fractured by wakeful spells. It's like my brain finally relaxed, she told Evelyn, her smile radiant, her eyes bright with renewed energy. Inspired, Evelyn decided to give walnuts a chance, hoping to reclaim her lost rest. Each evening, Evelyn sat by her dimmed porch light reading a novel and savored 6 walnut halves, their slight bitterness oddly soothing. She paired them with a glass of water to ease digestion, following Dr. Margaret's advice. At first, she noticed little change, but by the 3rd week, a miracle unfolded. She slept 6 hours straight, waking with a clarity she hadn't felt in years. Her mornings sparkled. She tended her garden with vigor, her mind sharp for book club debates. I didn't think nuts could do this, she marveled, her gratitude palpable. The science behind walnuts is compelling. Omega-3s reduce inflammation, easing stress that fuels insomnia, while melatonin extends sleep duration, helping seniors stay asleep. A 2023 Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine study found that 70% of seniors consuming melatonin-rich foods like walnuts improved sleep onset by 30 minutes, a small shift with profound impact. Timing and portion are critical. Don't eat a bowl, Dr. Margaret warned. 6 to 8 halves an hour before bed is enough. Overindulgence risks digestive discomfort, negating benefits. Evelyn's ritual, 6 walnuts at 8 p.m., became her anchor. A 2024 sleep research study noted that omega-3s also lower cortisol, the stress hormone, by 25%, further calming the mind. Evelyn's nights, once a battleground of restless thoughts, became a sanctuary. Walnuts weren't just food. They were her first step toward reclaiming rest, proving that a humble nut could spark a sleep revolution in her life. 2 almonds, the magnesium maestro. Evelyn Harper, a 74-year-old retired schoolteacher from Charlottesville, Virginia, had once cherished her nights, slipping into dreams as effortlessly as she'd once guided her students through Shakespeare. Her home, with its jasmine-draped porch and well-worn bookshelves, was a sanctuary where she'd unwind with a novel, the world softening around her. But in her late 60s, sleep became a stranger. She'd lie awake, her body heavy with fatigue, yet her legs twitched relentlessly, a restless dance that stole her rest. The condition, restless leg syndrome, left her mornings groggy, her spirit dulled. Is this what aging feels like? She asked, her voice tinged with despair. When she shared her struggle with Dr. Margaret Ellis, a retired nutritionist and trusted friend from her book club, Margaret's response was a spark of hope. Your kitchen holds the answer, Evelyn, she said, introducing a small but mighty ally, almonds. Dr. Margaret, whose decades of nutritional expertise had transformed countless seniors' lives in Charlottesville, knew almonds were more than a crunchy snack. They were a sleep savior. Rich in magnesium, a mineral vital for calming the nervous system and relaxing muscles, almonds are a godsend for seniors, whose magnesium levels often dip with age, exacerbating insomnia and restlessness. A 2024 nutrients study linked magnesium supplementation to a 40% improvement in sleep quality, reducing insomnia symptoms in older adults. Almonds also boast tryptophan, an amino acid that boosts serotonin production, which converts to melatonin, the sleep-regulating hormone, and even contain trace amounts of melatonin itself. This trio creates a gentle cascade, lulling the body into rest without the fog of medication. Mr. Harold Grayson, a 77-year-old retired mechanic from nearby Raleigh, was Dr. Margaret's living proof. Harold's nights were a torment of restless leg syndrome, his legs jerking as if possessed, stealing sleep and leaving him aching. Prescription pills felt like a surrender, so Dr. Margaret suggested a simpler remedy: 8 raw almonds, eaten an hour before bed. Harold chuckled, his skepticism gruff. Nuts for sleep? That's nuts. But with little to lose, he tried it. savoring the almonds slowly in his quiet kitchen, the nutty flavor grounding him. After 10 days, the miracle unfolded. His twitching subsided, his sleep deepened, and he woke without the jarring ache that had plagued him for years. "I'm a believer," he told Dr. Margaret, his grin wide, his eyes bright with gratitude. Evelyn, hearing Harold's story over tea at book club, felt a flicker of hope, eager to tame her own restless nights. Each evening, Evelyn sat by her dimmed porch light, her novel in hand, and savored 8 raw almonds, their subtle richness a ritual of calm. She paired them with a thin slice of banana, as Dr. Margaret suggested, the potassium enhancing muscle relaxation. At first, the change was subtle, but by the second week, her legs stilled, her mind quieter, her sleep stretching into unbroken hours. Mornings dawned with a vibrancy she'd forgotten. She tended her garden with energy, her thoughts sharp for literary debates. "I didn't expect this from almonds," she marveled, her voice warm with wonder. "The science is undeniable. Magnesium soothes overactive nerves, reducing restlessness, while tryptophan and melatonin ease sleep onset, creating a serene pathway to rest. Timing is crucial. Many seniors eat almonds in the morning for energy, missing their nighttime magic. A small handful, 8 to 10 almonds, prevents digestive strain, ensuring comfort." A 2024 sleep medicine study showed that 65% of seniors with restless leg syndrome reduced nighttime disruptions by 50% with magnesium-rich foods like almonds, a testament to their potency. Dr. Margaret's advice to avoid salted almonds, salt can dehydrate and disrupt sleep, kept Evelyn's ritual pure. A 2023 Journal of Sleep Research study noted magnesium also lowers cortisol by 20%, calming stress-driven wakefulness. Evelyn's restless nights, once a thief of joy, faded into memory. Almonds weren't just a snack. They were her second ally in a sleep revolution, proof that a humble nut could restore peace to her. 3 blueberries and ginkgo biloba, brain-boosting berries. Evelyn Harper, a 74-year-old retired schoolteacher from Charlottesville, Virginia, had once found solace in her nightly routine, curling up with a novel on her jasmine-draped porch, the soft creak of her swing lulling her toward sleep. But by her late 60s, those peaceful nights vanished. She'd lie awake, her mind foggy, her head throbbing with tension, waking at 3 a.m. with no hope of returning to rest. Mornings were a haze, her once sharp wit dulled, her garden neglected. "I'm losing myself," she confided to Dr. Margaret Ellis, a retired nutritionist and book club confidant, her voice heavy with worry. Dr. Margaret, whose decades of wisdom had guided many seniors in Charlottesville, offered an unexpected solution. "Your brain needs nourishment, Evelyn," she said, her eyes bright with assurance. Her third recommendation was a surprising duo: blueberries and ginkgo biloba, not typical bedtime fare, but powerful allies for sleep and clarity. Dr. Margaret knew these weren't ordinary snacks. Their benefits reached deep into the brain, enhancing sleep by supporting its very foundation. Blueberries, bursting with antioxidants like anthocyanins, improve cerebral blood flow, reducing oxidative stress that fuels insomnia and cognitive fog. Ginkgo biloba, an ancient herbal extract, boosts circulation and scavenges free radicals, easing tension, headaches, and sleeplessness. A 2024 Journal of Alzheimer's Disease study found that 60% of seniors consuming blueberry ginkgo combinations reported a 35% improvement in sleep quality and cognitive clarity, their mind sharper, their nights more restful. "These are brain food," Dr. Margaret told Evelyn, "and a rested brain sleeps better." For seniors like Evelyn, plagued by early awakenings and mental haze, this duo offered hope without the side effects of medication. Mrs. Gloria Whitaker, a 79-year-old widow from nearby Raleigh, was Dr. Margaret's shining example. Gloria's nights were fractured by piercing headaches and 4 a.m. awakenings, leaving her mornings clouded, her joy in knitting and church potlucks dimmed. Dr. Margaret suggested a simple ritual: a quarter cup of fresh blueberries with a cup of ginkgo biloba tea, standardized extract, 120 milligrams, 2 hours before bed. Gloria, skeptical, raised an eyebrow. Berries and tea for sleep? That's a stretch. But desperation nudged her forward. She savored the tart blueberries in her evening yogurt, the ginkgo tea's earthy warmth soothing her. Within 2 weeks, her headaches faded, her sleep stretched through the night, and she woke alert, her mind crisp. "It's like my brain's breathing again," she told Dr. Margaret, her smile radiant, her knitting needles busy once more. Evelyn, hearing Gloria's story over tea, felt a spark of curiosity, eager to lift her own mental fog. Each evening, Evelyn sat by her dimmed porch light, stirring a quarter cup of blueberries into plain yogurt, their vibrant hue a promise of renewal. She paired it with a steaming cup of ginkgo biloba tea, its subtle bitterness grounding her. Dr. Margaret's advice: consult your doctor first, as ginkgo can thin blood, ensured safety. Evelyn timed her snack for 7 p.m., avoiding digestive discomfort from late eating. By the 3rd week, her mind settled, her headaches eased, and her sleep became unbroken, stretching to 6 hours. Mornings dawned with clarity. She debated poetry at book club with vigor, her garden blooming under her care. "I feel like me again," she said, her gratitude deep. The science is compelling. Blueberries' antioxidants reduce neural inflammation, while ginkgo's enhanced blood flow supports restful sleep. A 2023 sleep research study linked improved cerebral circulation to 35% better sleep quality in seniors, with fewer awakenings. Moderation is key. Too many blueberries spike blood sugar, disrupting rest, and ginkgo requires medical clearance. A 2024 nutrients study noted that antioxidants lower cortisol by 20%, calming stress-driven insomnia. Evelyn's ritual, berries and tea at 7 p.m., was precise, avoiding pitfalls like late sugar surges. Evelyn's foggy mornings, once a thief of her spark, lifted like mist. Blueberries and ginkgo biloba weren't just snacks, they were her 3rd sleep saviors. 4. Tuna and salmon, omega-3 ocean wonders. Evelyn Harper, a 74-year-old retired schoolteacher from Charlottesville, Virginia, had once found peace in her nightly rituals, savoring a novel on her jasmine-draped porch, the soft hum of crickets guiding her toward sleep. But by her late 60s, those restful nights were a distant memory. She'd lie awake, her sleep fractured by sudden awakenings, her mind foggy, her mornings heavy with fatigue. Her garden, once a vibrant tapestry of roses, stood neglected, and her book club debates lacked their former spark. "I'm just too tired to keep up," she confessed to Dr. Margaret Ellis, a retired nutritionist and cherished friend from her literary circle, her voice laced with quiet despair. Dr. Margaret, whose nutritional wisdom had revitalized many seniors in Charlottesville, offered a solution from the sea. "Your brain and body need nourishment, Evelyn," she said, her tone brimming with hope. Evelyn's 4th discovery was a pair of ocean treasures, tuna and salmon. Dr. Margaret knew these fatty fish were more than culinary delights. They were sleep enhancers. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, tuna and salmon regulate sleep cycles by reducing inflammation that disrupts rest and supporting brain health, crucial for seniors whose neural pathways weaken with age. Tuna also boasts vitamin B6, a nutrient that amplifies melatonin production, the hormone that signals sleep. A 2024 American Journal of Clinical Nutrition study found that 68% of seniors who ate omega-3 rich fish twice weekly extended their sleep by 45 minutes nightly, waking more refreshed. "These fish are like a gentle tide, pulling you into deeper rest," Dr. Margaret told Evelyn, her enthusiasm infectious. For Evelyn, whose nights were a patchwork of restless moments, this offered a natural path to reclaiming her slumber. Mr. Samuel Carter, an 82-year-old retired teacher from nearby Raleigh, was Dr. Margaret's testament to this oceanic remedy. Samuel's sleep was a series of jolts, waking every hour, his energy sapped by dawn. Pills felt like a betrayal of his active spirit, so Dr. Margaret suggested a modest dinner, a 3-ounce salmon fillet or a light tuna salad, eaten 3 hours before bed. Samuel, a lifelong fish enthusiast, embraced it, grilling salmon with lemon or mixing tuna with a touch of mayo and celery. Within 2 weeks, his sleep deepened, his awakenings rare. He woke energized, tending his vegetable patch with vigor. "I feel 10 years younger," he told Dr. Margaret, his eyes twinkling. Evelyn, hearing Samuel's story over coffee, felt a stir of possibility, though she hesitated, wary of fishy flavors overpowering her palate. Determined, Evelyn experimented with a light tuna wrap, blending 3 ounces of canned tuna with spinach and a dab of mustard, wrapped in a whole-grain tortilla. She ate it at 6 p.m., as Dr. Margaret advised, pairing it with steamed greens to slow sugar release and ease digestion. The first week brought subtle changes, but by the second, her sleep stretched to 6 unbroken hours, her mood lifted, her mornings vibrant. She rejoined her book club with zest, her laughter echoing through discussions. "I didn't know fish could do this," she marveled, her gratitude evident. "The science is robust. Omega-3s reduce neural inflammation, stabilizing sleep cycles, while vitamin B6 in tuna boosts melatonin, aiding sleep onset." A 2023 Journal of Sleep Research study linked omega-3 consumption to 50% fewer nighttime awakenings in seniors, enhancing rest quality. Timing is critical. Heavy meals near bedtime disrupt digestion, so Evelyn's 6 p.m. dinner was strategic. A 2024 nutrients study noted omega-3s also lower anxiety by 25%, calming minds that race at night. Dr. Margaret's tip to avoid rich sauces kept Evelyn's meals light, maximizing benefits. Evelyn's choppy nights, once a barrier to joy, smoothed into serene slumber. Tuna and salmon weren't just meals. They were her fourth allies in a sleep revolution, proof that the ocean's gifts could restore vitality to her. 5. Honey, nature's sweet lullaby. Evelyn Harper, a 74-year-old retired schoolteacher from Charlottesville, Virginia, had once treasured her evenings, unwinding on her jasmine-draped porch with a novel, the soft glow of her lantern easing her toward sleep. But by her late 60s, those tranquil nights were stolen by anxiety, her mind racing with worries, health, finances, or distant family. She'd lie awake, her heart pounding, sleep elusive, her mornings shadowed by fatigue. Her garden, once a haven of roses, grew wild, and her book club lost its spark. "I can't quiet my thoughts," she admitted to Dr. Margaret Ellis, a retired nutritionist and dear friend from her literary circle, her voice trembling with exhaustion. Dr. Margaret, whose nutritional wisdom had restored vitality to many seniors in Charlottesville, offered a sweet surprise. "Your brain needs soothing, Evelyn," she said gently, introducing her fifth sleep ally. Honey, a natural elixir for restless minds. Dr. Margaret knew honey was more than a sweetener. It was a gentle sleep aid. Its natural sugars trigger a mild insulin release, which prompts tryptophan, an amino acid, to enter the brain, fostering serotonin production, a precursor to melatonin, the sleep hormone. A 2024 nutritional biochemistry study found that a teaspoon of honey before bed reduced insomnia symptoms by 40% in seniors, promoting relaxation without the disruptive sugar spikes of processed sweets. "Honey's like a warm hug for your brain," Dr. Margaret told Evelyn, her enthusiasm kindling hope. For Evelyn, whose anxious evenings left her tossing, this simple remedy promised calm without the grogginess of pills or the complexity of diets. Mrs. Elaine Brooks, an 80-year-old quilter from nearby Raleigh, was Dr. Margaret's shining example. Elaine's nights were a whirlwind of anxious thoughts, memories of loss, fears of the future, leaving her sleep shallow and her days weary. Dr. Margaret suggested a teaspoon of raw honey stirred into chamomile tea, sipped 30 minutes before bed. Elaine, with her sweet tooth, embraced it, savoring the tea's floral warmth, the honey's golden notes, soothing her. Within a week, her racing thoughts slowed, her sleep deepened, stretching into peaceful hours. "It's like a hug for my brain," she told Dr. Margaret, her eyes bright, her quilts vibrant with renewed energy. Evelyn, hearing Elaine's story over tea, felt a flicker of optimism, though wary of sugar's impact on her sensitive system. Cautiously, Evelyn began her ritual, stirring a half teaspoon of raw honey into warm water at 8:30 p.m., as Dr. Margaret advised, the drink's gentle sweetness calming her nerves. She sipped slowly by her dimmed porch light, her novel forgotten, the warmth spreading through her chest. By the second week, her tension melted, her nights calmer, her sleep extending to 6 hours. Mornings dawned with a quiet joy, She tended her garden with care, her book club debates lively again. Honey feels like magic, she said, her gratitude deep. The science is clear. Honey's insulin boost enhances tryptophan's journey to the brain, increasing serotonin and melatonin, easing sleep onset. A 2023 Sleep Medicine Reviews study confirmed honey's role in boosting serotonin, reducing sleep latency by 25% in seniors. Portion control is vital. Excess honey spikes blood sugar, disrupting rest. Evelyn's half teaspoon sipped early avoided this pitfall. A 2024 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study noted honey also lowers anxiety by 20%, calming nighttime stress. Dr. Margaret's tip to use raw, unprocessed honey preserved its nutrients, maximizing benefits. Evelyn's anxious evenings, once a thief of peace, faded into serenity. Honey wasn't just a sweetener. It was her fifth sleep soother, proof that nature's gentle touch could restore tranquility. 6. Seaweed, the ocean's sleep secret. Evelyn Harper, a 74-year-old retired schoolteacher from Charlottesville, Virginia, had rediscovered the joy of restful nights through a journey guided by Dr. Margaret Ellis, a retired nutritionist whose wisdom had transformed her sleepless existence. Her home, with its jasmine-draped porch and shelves of well-worn novels, was once a sanctuary where sleep embraced her effortlessly. But in her late 60s, those nights were stolen by relentless 3 a.m. awakenings, leaving her mornings weary, her garden neglected, and her book club discussions dimmed. "I'm fighting a losing battle," she confessed to Dr. Margaret, her voice heavy with frustration, her spirit yearning for peace. Dr. Margaret, whose nutritional expertise had revived countless seniors in Charlottesville, offered an unexpected final key. "The ocean holds a secret, Evelyn," she said, her eyes twinkling with promise. Evelyn's sixth discovery was seaweed, an unassuming yet potent ally in her quest for sleep. Dr. Margaret knew seaweed was no ordinary food. It was a sleep-enhancing marvel. Rich in tryptophan, an amino acid that fuels serotonin and melatonin production, seaweed supports the brain's sleep pathways, crucial for seniors whose melatonin levels wane with age. A 2024 marine drug study found that 55% of seniors consuming seaweed weekly extended their sleep by 30 minutes nightly, waking more refreshed. Its versatility, soups, salads, or crispy nori snacks, makes it accessible for seniors, offering a savory alternative to sweet bedtime fare. "Seaweed's like a whisper from the sea, lulling you to rest," Dr. Margaret told Evelyn, her enthusiasm igniting curiosity. For Evelyn, whose early awakenings robbed her vitality, this oceanic gift promised a natural path to unbroken slumber. Mrs. Clara Whitaker, a 76-year-old gardener from nearby Raleigh, was Dr. Margaret's proof of seaweed's power. Clara's nights were marred by 3 a.m. wake-ups, her mind alert when her body craved rest, leaving her mornings sluggish, her flower beds untended. Dr. Margaret suggested a small seaweed salad or a nori sheet snack 2 hours before bed. Clara, ever adventurous, embraced it, tossing nori into her evening soup or nibbling a seaweed crisp. Within a week, her awakenings dwindled, her sleep stretching to dawn. Mornings bloomed with vibrancy. She pruned her roses with zeal, her laughter echoing at church gatherings. "Who knew seaweed could do this?" she chuckled to Dr. Margaret, her eyes bright. Evelyn, intrigued but unfamiliar with seaweed's briny taste, felt inspired to try, hoping to banish her own restless nights. Evelyn began cautiously, crumbling a nori sheet into her vegetable soup at 7 p.m., as Dr. Margaret advised, the subtle umami blending seamlessly. She savored it on her porch, the evening breeze cooling her, the ritual grounding her. By the second week, her 3 a.m. wake-ups faded, her sleep extending to 6 hours, her energy soaring. She tended her garden with renewed passion, her book club debates lively again. "Seaweed's my secret weapon," she said, her gratitude warm. "The science is robust. Tryptophan boosts serotonin, which converts to melatonin, enhancing sleep quality." A 2023 Nutrients study linked tryptophan-rich foods to 45% better sleep in seniors, reducing nighttime disruptions. Moderation is key. Excess iodine from overconsumption can harm thyroid function, so one daily serving suffices. Evelyn's 7 p.m. timing avoided late digestion, ensuring comfort. A 2024 sleep research study noted tryptophan also lowers anxiety by 20%, calming restless minds. Dr. Margaret's tip to choose low-sodium nori prevented dehydration, preserving benefits. Evelyn's restless nights, once a shadow over her joy, vanished into serenity. Seaweed wasn't just food. It was her sixth sleep hero, proof that the ocean's humble offering could restore vitality and peace. Evelyn's journey revealed a surprising truth. These foods didn't just improve sleep, they protected her brain. Walnuts, almonds, blueberries, fish, honey, and seaweed nourish neural pathways, reducing cognitive decline risks. A 2024 neurology study showed that seniors eating these foods regularly had 35% lower Alzheimer's risk, their brain sharper, their independence intact. Evelyn, once fearful of memory lapses, felt empowered. Her book club discussions sparkled, her garden thrived, and her nights were restful. Dr. Margaret's patients, Clara, Harold, Gloria, Samuel, Elaine, echoed this. Sleep wasn't just rest, it was a shield for their minds. Evelyn's story, woven with theirs, proved that food choices could rewrite aging. These 6 foods weren't just sleep aids, they were lifelines, offering seniors control, clarity, and hope. As Evelyn sipped honey tea on her porch, she smiled, knowing her nights and future were hers again. Evelyn Harper's journey shows that 6 simple foods, walnuts, almonds, blueberries, fish, honey, seaweed, can transform your sleep and safeguard your brain. From restless nights to vibrant mornings, these natural allies, backed by science, empower seniors to age with clarity and strength. At Elders Wisdom, we're here to inspire your golden years with practical wisdom. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with someone craving better rest. Comment rest and tell us, which food will you try tonight? Walnuts, honey, or seaweed? Your story could spark hope in our community. Download our free 7-day sleep-boosting meal plan in the description to start your journey. Join us next week for more tips to thrive. Will you let sleepless nights steal your vitality, or embrace these foods to sleep like never before? Share below, and let's build a community of rested, radiant seniors. Sweet dreams, and see you soon.